in June 2010, I pressed publish on my first name article. I had started a name blog, and at the time I was really passionate about names from the Bible. I saw that there was a real lack and a need to talk about beautiful, unusual, but usable names from the Word, and there were some real gems like Cassia. At the time I didn't have any kids, but I knew that one day I wanted to have a son named Judah. And at the time Judah was not popular at all, but like it's such a beautiful name and I love the meaning. And so anyway, that was my thing, and I really began to love this growing name community. What made me begin my journey in names, like officially with my blog and stuff, was I found Anastasia Ruby on YouTube. And I was like, I'd always loved names, and then I saw somebody talking about them and it suddenly made me feel seen, like I wasn't weird. And I still respect Stephanie so much for like being the first person to step out in that, because until that point names were just like a dictionary resource on the internet. And when Stephanie published her video, it was suddenly human. Like names took on this human form. And that's what like lit a fire in me. So a couple years went by and I started to not get bored, but I realized what a small piece of the market I was in. Like I kind of pigeonholed myself being baby names from the Bible. And I loved a lot more than biblical names. I loved all names. And there was this little app called Instagram that was out. And my sister-in-law was on it because she takes beautiful photos. She's like, you should be on Instagram. And I was like I was super into privacy. And at the time I used an avatar because I just didn't want my face to be seen. And I had my pen name, Alexia May. And so it was like, I don't know that I want to be on Instagram. But after a while, my son Judah was born and my life took a whole turn. So at that point I'd been on a blog and I'd been on YouTube. And when I had a baby, like that became suddenly very difficult to do because my YouTube and blog were very graphic wise driven. It wasn't me just sitting in front of a camera and talking. So like I had to put a ton of just design work into my things and voiceover and all that. And I just didn't have time, and I was totally drained, and that started to get harder and harder to do. So I'm just here swinging Reagan. So I was missing my creative outlet. So I just, for the heck of it, I said, let me see if there are any name accounts on Instagram, and there were none. There was one like pregnancy account that every once in a while would feature a name, but they weren't an actual name account, and they weren't really posting, and now they're not around at all. So I said, let me just start putting out names and see what happens. And the name Names Daily just kind of came to me, and I thought, oh, that's good. I'll post a name every day, and that will make me commit to posting every day because that's in my name. And I started posting, and I got 1 like and 2 likes, and there were people that I didn't know.
I want to swim.
And go ahead, honey. Just don't harass her while I'm taking a video. Or in general, but especially when I'm taking a video. Stop eating her hair, case in point. So I started to really enjoy that, the feedback, the thing. Hey Judah, please stop that, I'm taking a video.
I know, I'm not harassing them, I'm just putting my hands.
Okay, well, to her that's harassment.
Mommy,
So, but something that really stuck out to me on my original blog was people from all over the world were reaching out to me in really intimate ways. Like I didn't know them at all, but they were reaching out to me and inviting me into like the secret place of sadness and of joy. And suddenly that started to happen on Instagram. And then Stephanie was on Instagram, and she was introducing me to people like Amy, who now I'm friends with. And like I've been around long enough now that I'm seeing first and second and third children, fourth children be born. Because today, April 25th, I'll be on Instagram for 6 years. And my first name post was Tindra, and I still love that. It means to twinkle or sparkle, and it's been such a magical time, truly, to be on Instagram through all of the highs and the lows. I've had 2 children since I started out, and it's really a miraculous place, and I'm so grateful and fortunate. Excuse me, what do you think about this? I appreciate all of you. I do think April 25th is the perfect date because it's not too hot and not too cold, and it was the first day I posted to Instagram. So just thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. I take it seriously, and just thanks.